Was that popcorn?
More pad thai.
You know what you guys should do? Speaking of popcorn, whoever's listening to this podcast right now, fans of the show, you know what? Pop yourselves some damn popcorn. Just sit down, relax. Even if you're driving. Honestly, yeah, even if you're driving.
Buckle up.
Just enjoy your popcorn.
It's a podcast.
Listen to episode 43 of the Roads Untraveled podcast.
This is episode 43?
This is episode 43.
That's a pretty good number.
Oh, and this episode will be uploading on my birthday. Not that matters, but...
Happy birthday, Marcus.
Happy birthday now.
Woo!
Going crazy.
Live.
Partying. Yeah, this week on the podcast, we've got Levi.
What's up, dude?
Jesse.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we need catchphrases.
And an intro.
I'm gonna say.
Ricky Tikky Taffy.
Rednecks?
Rednecks intro. Alright, what's going on, guys?
Okay, perfect. And that other voice you hear is, oh my god, Kevin Minato. This has been too long coming.
Definitely, I would have thought Kevin had been on like 20 of the podcast by now.
We started the podcast like a year and a half ago.
He should have been on like 20 of the podcast by
Because
now.
Marcus lives like an hour away from me.
Yeah, no, but now that Jesse lives kind of in between us, it's honestly it's about the same driving distance for both of us. Probably a little quicker for you.
The toll bridge.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta pay for
Ooh,
the toll
garbage.
bridge. Yeah.
Do you ever take the Patella?
Oh, that's hell now because they closed down half of it.
It is, but like, it's way more worth it, dude.
Single lane patellar.
Well,
No,
like,
but it's gonna be toll when it's new, isn't it?
What's
Obviously.
new?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would assume so. They're not
No,
gonna
no, no.
allow a bridge to go untolled.
Yeah, that's true.
They really fucked us there, didn't they?
The Massey Tunnel Bridge is gonna be tolled for sure.
Oh, 100. That bridge looks like what, 4 lanes each way or something like that?
I don't
That
know.
would be so much faster than going.
Oh,
regular.
the tunnel is during rush hour. The tunnel
Oh,
is
it's absolutely
ridiculous.
garbage, dude.
Yeah.
But you got that counterflow lane.
Oh,
Does absolutely
saves the day. You know, they'd honestly be better off doing like a ferry that goes across, just loading up like 10 cars at a time. Just, yeah, I don't know.
Jeez,
It's
yeah.
possible, actually, if they were.
Yeah, unfortunately, we live in an area where there's like a river that separates where most people live and most people work.
And it's no small river.
There's
Yeah.
multiple rivers, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to get across it, and there's only a couple different ways, and it's just a nightmare for traffic.
Yeah. There's 3, yeah.
Alex
Three ways.
Fraser.
Unless you go to like Golden Ears, but that's like the suburbs.
It's like the dumb way.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah, because then you got to go across that bridge and then hop across another one,
Then you have to go.
and then back across. Anyways,
Yeah.
local knowledge. But you guys, if you've listened to the podcast before, we haven't actually done this in a long time. But every time we have a new guest, we go through their first car, their current car, and their dream cars. One being kind of an attainable dream car that they could potentially see themselves owning in, let's say, 10, 20 years. And then just an all-out crazy, you win the lottery or you're now Bill Gates and you get to spend an unlimited amount of money.
Give it to me.
So Kevin, what was your first car? Now I actually don't think I can't think of this off the top of my head.
You know
Wait,
it for
no, oh
sure.
yeah, no, I know. Okay, now, yeah, I just got it.
Well-
Just clicked.
Well, I'll talk about the cars I was considering
Okay.
when I first was getting a car. Because when I started, I wanted to be a Steadicam operator and work in the film industry.
Right.
And they need a lot of big cases, and you're on set for really long hours. So I was thinking a van to throw all the gear in,
Nice.
or a Volvo V70, which is like a station
That's
wagon.
the wagon. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Nice.
I figured I'd go camping in it, sleep in
Nice.
it, you know, do some cool adventures.
Oh yeah, Volvo station wagons
Yeah.
are like the ultimate.
But then fuel economy came into account, and ended up with a Civic EG 94.
Nice.
And yeah, I bought it completely bone stock and modified it based on its looks. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
lowered it on BC racing coilovers, which cost more than the car did. And
Hashtag Honda
Hashtag
owner.
just Honda things. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
yeah,
Actually, it looks really good, like low.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was really nice, and I ended up making all the money back.
What year did you get that car? Were you
It was second year of university.
Oh, okay. Right.
Because like the cinematography teacher was like, "Oh, you need a car to work in
Yeah.
this industry."
That's like right around, honestly, when I got my first Honda. When I got my Accord. It's a little bit after.
Yeah, you definitely had it before.
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I got it first year. But yeah.
Yeah, so then I had that, and then Marcus got his MR2, and I was like, YOLO, I want a sick car
Get
too.
an MR2.
And the MR2 is like obviously the dopest car
It's pretty
you
dope.
can get under 10 grand, to be honest.
Under 10, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely in there.
Yeah. It's definitely
In that list,
in the
for
running.
sure, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
most unique as well for that amount of money. I mean,
Yeah.
you could get a 240, which is pretty cool, but it's no mid-engined
Yeah, exactly.
crazy thing.
Yeah, 240s are
So
a
yeah,
dime a dozen.
I bought an MR2, which had 370,000 kilometers on it, but
Nice.
it was in really good condition, and
It was already been. It
Yeah.
had already been modified as
At
well.
320,000 kilometers.
370. And
Holy shit.
but the engine was rebuilt 40,000 kilometers ago, so, and it was done by like Toyota mechanics.
Right,
Like,
right.
Okay.
the owner worked at Toyota, so I was like, oh yeah, this is sweet, this is awesome, all is gonna go well. I'm buying this because it's the most mechanically good car, because it was rebuilt properly. So I got it and drove it around, loved it, and then, 4 or 5 months later, piston exploded because it had a better turbocharger in it. And,
Yeah.
But the boost was too high and it never got a tune, so it exploded on me. And at that time,
That
I had
sucks.
no mechanical knowledge at all.
This is
So,
an insane
Yeah, I had like
story to hear.
limited. I still have limited mechanical knowledge, but like low mechanical knowledge.
Yeah.
And you had like
Zero.
less, like
Yeah.
less than me.
I had
and
only
I was
worked
like,
on a car like for its aesthetics, so I
Yeah.
like polished my Civic and stuff like that. And
yeah,
all that. But on a budget, I'm not gonna pay someone 12 grand to rebuild it for me.
for a 10
And
grand
I'm-
car.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna sell the car for $2,500.
Yeah, exactly.
So the only option is to figure it out and drop the motor and rebuild it all myself. So I don't have a lift or anything, so I did it in the garage.
Yeah.
And over 5 months, I learned everything and did every single part of the rebuild all by myself.
Documented everything.
Yeah, I
So many
basically took a
photos.
picture of every single bolt being undone and then put it all back together
Yeah.
based on my photos. Like, I'm a professional photographer, do it for a living.
Yeah.
So I was out there with my full DSLR setup in one hand, greasy hand in the other, undoing
Yeah.
bolts.
Made for some sick photos.
Yeah, I should probably
Oh,
do
you
it.
should see the picture of the coolest picture, I think, is the one of the piston. Just smash the piston
Exploded,
with all the
yeah.
little pieces
Pieces.
arranged perfectly around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I posted that on the forums and someone's like, you take your piston to Walmart or something to get a professional photograph?
Walmart photo
Yeah.
I
studio.
just have to interrupt you so far. This is the part.
So, after 5 months, I finally got it running again.
Honestly, like I've got to tell you, that is like so freaking awesome.
But wait,
I do not have the patience.
there's more!
Yeah.
So I drive it for 5 minutes, and apparently 2 bolts for the oil pickup valve or hose were not tightened properly or torqued down, and they came loose, and my oil pressure dropped, and not knowing very much, I freaked out and just drove it home and spun all the bearings in the motor. So I had to drop the engine again and restart the entire rebuild all over again for another 5 months. And the worst part about it is right before
Just car things. Just car guy things.
right before I
Oh, man.
finished it the first time, I got a full-time job. So this was a really exciting time in my life. I'd finally finished it off.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
Gonna start my first day of work driving the car for the first time, and it's all gonna go well, and then it fucking blows up. And then, yeah, after a week at working, I was already had a planned trip to Winnipeg to shoot a wedding.
Right.
So I was driving there, and on the way, I picked up a 1993 Mazda Miata LE, which
Nice.
is a limited edition version. It's only 1,500 of these particular versions were made in the world, so it's one of the rarest
So
Miatas there is.
is that like spec wise? So like kind of materials, paint
Yeah, it's
or
black paint, red leather interior. The only Miata with that red leather interior. It also had like the LSD, and
yeah.
it was on factory BBS wheels, and I think
Awesome.
different suspension and all that cool stuff. Speakers in the headrest.
Yeah.
It's fun. So
Looks
yeah,
clean.
I got it for a really good deal from an old lady that was the original owner.
Perfect.
So I'll definitely be making profit on that.
That's crazy.
Which hopefully, in theory, the profit from that should pay for all the MR2 troubles.
but like you've been talking about like selling the
I know.
MR2 and just keeping the Miata.
Yeah, the Miata's super clean. The MR2 does have rust because now it has 380,000 kilometers.
But the MR2 is right now it's running great
Oh my
and
God,
it's
yeah.
completed.
So I've been driving it now for probably 4 months or so.
Yeah.
And it's my daily drive. I have to work in traffic every day.
Yeah.
5 minutes there and back.
Right.
And yeah.
Levi's over here
minutes.
like
It's stop and go traffic for me, so it's a pretty pointless. Like it
Car
doesn't
to-
utilize
yeah.
the car whatsoever, and I just get shit miles per
Yeah.
gallon. Anyway, so
for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many miles per gallon do you get there?
none because I'm in traffic.
Yeah, I mean, people probably look at you like, yeah,
Yeah.
rad car, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot less than you'd expect because it's mostly just like crackheads downtown.
Yeah. Give me a ride.
Lock your doors.
What's your okay? So you've
That
had
was your-
all Japanese
So
cars.
yeah, but now I have the MR2 and the Miata, and
Yeah.
where we go from now, I don't know. Kind of want to sell both of them and get a blue Miata instead, and kind of do a full project on that
Yeah.
wide body
Nice.
and like big wing and be ridiculous with it.
Oh god.
I'm sure ridiculous now. That'd be sweet.
When done right, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Or-
they do, yeah.
Or like the no fucks given Miata.
The zero fucks given me out of yeah.
0 fucks given
The one
Miata.
with like the tires sticking up. It's-
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Would you do that? Is that something you would do?
No,
No, didn't think so.
No.
the roads around here aren't good enough for that. That's for sure. Like my driveway, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to get out of it.
Yeah.
You would.
Um,
You just have to grind your way up.
Dream car, attainable dream car. Let's call it under 100 grand. Around there, it doesn't have to be.
It's
but-
the NSX for sure. First
Nice.
gen NSX with the pop-up headlights.
yeah.
By far, the MR2 is pretty much the closest possible thing.
It's the baby
you could
cousin.
have, so
Yeah, transverse mounted engine.
I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
And yeah, the NSX is just a tiny bit longer, a little bit lower, a bit fatter. more
About
aggressive.
the same speed,
Yeah, same
power,
same power.
roughly. Yeah.
I mean, for me, with my drive to work, I'm not really in it for the power at all. I just like the looks and the fuel economy. But yeah, the NSX is definitely my attainable dream car. But
It's
now
a
that
good
the
one.
prices have gone through the roof, it's
you need to get
not
one now.
so attainable. I mean, like when I was looking for MR2s, I was also just browsing at NSXs.
Yeah.
There was a supercharged black NSX for $24,000.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And now they're like 80, 90.
You should just like put it on a credit card and be like,
Yeah.
this will work out.
That's crazy.
As soon as they announced the new NSX, they
The
just-
old ones, yeah,
they
of
went
course.
boom.
The new ones, it's all auto, right? It's all like hybrid. There's no
Yeah.
manual, so people are like, it's kind of like with the Ford GT. What people are thinking.
Yeah.
Well, just after the Ford, actually, this was happening before the new Ford GT got announced. But the old ones from like 2005 are like really raw stick shift, no traction control, nothing,
Oh,
and they
they're
just
sweet.
boom. They went from like 200 grand to like 500 grand.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like if you have the money, cars, if you're smart about it, cars definitely have the potential to be investments. Certain collector cars, if you know the
Certain
market,
cars, yeah.
it's always a gamble, obviously, in some extent.
Like
but
those V10 Lamborghini Murcielagos.
with a
manual,
stick,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're gonna
Basically everything limited production with a manual is just gonna go up. Has to be limited production, which is the NSX. Yeah, yeah. Rob Freddy, good. He's a good like car kind of. He gets a lot of those older used cars.
Some good content. Hopefully he gets the Ford GT.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
What's your
unattainable?
crazy? Yeah, well, not necessarily unattainable. I mean, you could win $10 million in the next few
Yeah,
days.
still wouldn't- I'd be able to get a little tiny house in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little shack.
Yeah.
Um,
Car or house? car or a house?
I like cars that are kind of just ridiculous. So I like the Pagani Zonda Tricolor. however you
Yeah,
pronounce it.
yeah.
Very nice and sleek, and
Wait, is that the hard top or is that the Spider?
I think it's a hard top.
Okay.
But
I've
the
never
lines on that are
seen-
so ridiculous and
Oh,
so
yeah.
out there compared to anything else out on the road.
I've never seen a Pagani Zonda in person.
It,
ever.
it looks more like a Le Mans car than
Don't think I have
to be
either.
honest.
The
Yeah.
back of that car is like the nuttiest thing
Oh, it's insane.
ever. Yeah.
It's hard because I'm still in the mindset of caring about fuel economy, so I always like the Porsche 918 because it's like, oh, it can go 21 kilometers.
Or the
So with,
i8.
yeah, exactly. Or the i8. i8's a really nice car. I like
You wouldn't buy the i8 though, would you?
I wouldn't spend 100.
I was gonna say
grand on
for 140 grand, what?
it. I would get an SX.
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I'd get probably like a used 911, like a GT3 or something, or if I could a GT3 RS or something.
100 grand.
The things you can do.
Had a
Like 100,
lot of
140
possibilities
grand.
with
Like,
that.
Honestly, I would probably get 2 cars for 140 grand. I'd be smart about it. I'd probably
Yeah.
get 2 cars.
They use things that you could buy instead of a Nissan GTR. Are
Then honestly, the R35, like we're gonna be driving one hopefully in the next month or so. But there are, even without driving one, I just think there's such a long list of cars I'd rather buy before an R35.
you know, my eyes are just not very
Yeah.
special, at least aesthetically.
Yeah, no, I don't
Just
think they're
too
particularly good
pedestrian.
looking.
No.
The back looks pretty good.
And
Back looks pretty
they're
good.
The
honestly
front of them-
huge.
They're heavy.
They're really large vehicles.
There's
Yeah.
just so many of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
Oh,
mean
especially-
here in Vancouver, for you listeners, like if you're in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Alabama, you probably don't see GTRs. But here in Vancouver, don't worry, Levi, nobody listens in Alabama.
Okay.
I don't know actually. In Vancouver, you see GTRs. I mean, they don't get second looks anywhere you go. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I see like I see like I saw a pink
Teslas.
I saw a
too.
pink GTR today.
Yeah.
Every other car is a GTR.
G wagons, Mercedes
Yeah,
G
no,
wagons.
I literally
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I forgot to snap it, but I saw a pink
You know
one
what it
today.
is? I said it before.
You said
How
it
could I
before.
say it again?
Yeah, well, hey, well, at least that's the one advantage is we get to see some cool cars all the time.
Yeah, we get to drive some of these
Our
nice
house
cars,
market
hopefully.
is fucked. We were just talking about
I
this.
know.
Yeah. Oh, another thing I want to talk about. Thank you, Kevin, for allowing us into your dream car world.
Yeah.
And thank you for being on the podcast.
Oh, and by the way, our
Yeah.
connection with Marcus and I, we went to film school together.
Yeah, we met at film school.
Sometimes, every now and then, go out on shoots and
Yes.
shoot some of the videos. That
If you want to
watch.
hit up our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Roads Untraveled, here are a small list of videos that you can see Kevin's amazing camera work in. First off is like a bunch of the first videos we ever did. Rob's SLS AMG Black Series, his Viper, his Hennessy Viper, his SL63 AMG with an SL65 body kit on it. Oh god, Subaru Legacy B4, the like off-road video. That's also one of my favorites.
Downshift.
That we shot. How to heel toe downshift. Honestly, the first video that really got us a massive bump in subscribers and viewership. That was like the one. Actually, it was funny because before that, we were doing Roads Untraveled videos maybe like once a month, and it was just coming off the raining season. And I had been in California for about a week, and all my entire time in California, and it didn't happen at home. But once I was in California, I just felt like I can't wait to get back and just shoot videos and just make something. Like I feel like it's holding me back, even though before at home I was just kind of like not slacking off, but just doing other things or whatever. But then when I got back, I was like, we have to film this or whatever.
Do you have any plans to do any more DIY videos or how-to
I would love
videos?
to. Honestly, I don't really have any like.
Set in stone plans.
No, yeah, that was like the one that came to my mind like right off the bat that we wanted to shoot, and I mean it's got like 150,000 views right now.
Yeah, no, it's a good
It's
video.
fantastic. But
It's good.
you enjoyed it?
Definitely. Yeah.
That's good.
Good video.
I feel like I would have done is very, like we could have gone into more depth.
Oh yeah.
I would say it was
tutorial very quick.
it was like it was just like touch the surface, so to
Just
speak.
do it.
Yeah.
Hey?
I mean, honestly,
It's a really hard thing to explain.
Exactly. And it's really easy to just look at that video. Honestly, the video's all you need. And then all you
hard
have to
thing
do is
explain.
go out and
Not a hard
practice.
thing to do.
You just have to
Just go out and
practice.
do it.
That's a lot of people just don't want to practice.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Not to like boast or anything, but like I'd been a couple months without driving stick. You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, they'd been like, oh yeah, I haven't really I've not touched stick in a while. Other than the like 30-minute drive of my Mini from shop nowhere. But I wasn't worried
which
about
you
driving
can see
stick.
about on my vlogging channel. Search up Marcus Vandenberg.
Yeah, which is gonna have a changed name soon.
It's not, because YouTube was being a bitch and they changed their URL policies.
Really?
Yep. The only URL you can change your URL. You can change it once, only once, forever.
You haven't changed it yet, though.
No, I did, but it's really weird. It gives you an option. It says youtube.com/Marcus Vandenberg, and then I can add something onto that, but I can't change it.
And they did that in the last like couple.
They did that in between the time that I created the channel and had the plan of putting youtube.com/behind the scenes, because that wasn't taken. But now it's youtube.com/Marcus Vandenberg behind the scenes. Fuck off. Anyways, rant over. YouTube, you suck.
Damn, yeah, you can see that on there, but
It doesn't really matter. Go on.
yeah. Other than that, like I was like, I've been missing my stick for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
What are you
Just
driving
like,
now?
No. Yeah.
Well, sometimes you drive.
I drive cars here and there. I don't like driverless, but I'm not like
Not
you
an
know.
enthusiast.
no,
car,
no.
so to speak.
Like I just get angry when I drive my girlfriend's Hyundai Accent. I'm like, I'll be like merging for the highway, and I'm like, oh, I gotta speed up, and I'll have like the pedal to the metal, like, fuck me, I'm literally losing to a minivan. Like, and the minivan's not
Minivans
trying.
are quick.
The minivan's not trying. The minivan's just like gotta pull forward. I'm like, oh, I have to pull. Like, I gotta speed up to pull in front of this car. Like, that's just
Yeah.
the way things happen sometimes. Sometimes you just need to accelerate to a certain speed.
Sure.
And I like put the gun down. I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking make it. What? I have the pedal at the ground, and I'm not gonna make it. This is like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, this is not like. This is all of a sudden becomes like less practical.
Yeah.
Like, this is like before. I was like, oh, it's super practical. Like, point A to point B, Mark. 24 on the exit. Now it's just like I
It
can't
doesn't
even,
work in real life situations.
Doesn't even work. Doesn't
Yeah.
even work. So I haven't done a lot of stick, but I was with Marcus and he's like, oh, just toss me the keys, boy. Just give me the keys.
Felt bad for the guy, you know.
Yeah. So I was just going out for a rip in his MR2. Felt great, by the way. It's actually being like a proper driver's car.
Sure. Yeah.
And then,
We hit some traffic.
oh, and I was just like, yeah, I was just heel toe downshifting. And,
Oh yeah, rev matching.
It was rev
I was
matching.
like, holy shit, bro.
In the MR2. This guy right here. And it just all came back pretty quick, so
Oh yeah, for sure.
it's not hard. You just gotta practice.
Honestly, yeah.
Just
It's
practice, guys.
practice.
You just go out there, you can do it in your
And honestly,
Jeep.
once you learn how to drive manual, it's unbelievably easy, and you don't even think about it.
Oh, eat.
Oh, yeah.
Eat, drink,
I was-
drinks. No, I'm just
Have
kidding. Go
full
text.
conversations.
Oh yeah, no, talk on the phone. Yeah.
Oh, speaking about talking on the phone,
What's up? Oh, hey, great segue, Jesse. Go on.
June 1st, for anyone who lives in BC, right? Is it BC? Or is it
Oh,
Columbia?
I believe it's
It's
in the
just
province
BC?
of British Columbia.
Province-wide, BC. We changed our distracted driving laws. You guys might have distracted driving laws wherever you are.
And I would think in North America, probably everywhere. I would think that like most
Like
states.
we get, you know, we're talking about being on your phone, guys, texting or talking on the phone. It's not. You can't do it anymore. It's illegal in BC.
It's
And
honestly a bad idea.
yeah, and to be
Oh,
fair,
for
it is a
sure,
bad
yeah.
idea. You know,
Yeah.
like of course they should be like, oh, hey, like that's not a good idea.
Yeah, but now they're talking about coffee and stuff.
It is,
What?
yeah, it is getting
What?
ridiculous. They're gonna start
no,
being like, you
yeah.
can't talk to the passenger.
No, they're talking like
Like-
you cannot drink a coffee and drive at the same time.
Oh.
They're about to call that distracted driving.
Yeah,
Oh.
and
I'm just relaying the information.
they've cracked down on it hard.
That's brutal.
They've had like a lot of people. They have a lot of officers spending afternoons where like they'll just hide behind a bush before a street light. You pull up to a street light, and you're like, oh, I'm at a red light. Like, let me just check my cell phone. Like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And you go onto your phone, and they'll just have an officer walking behind through the lanes at the streetlight, and
Yeah.
see anyone just pull their phone, boom, tap on your glass, pull into this gas station,
Yeah.
get a ticket.
Or they'll have like a person that looks like a regular pedestrian and they'll be on their like cell phone and just talking to the other officer down the road.
Yeah.
Pull
Oh,
over this guy,
yeah.
And then like you look around sometimes, okay, no one's around the cops.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
starting June 1st, which was not too long ago, just a couple of days when we listened to this, and and they increased because it used to be like a standard
150 or something.
yeah,
140,
you know,
maybe.
like
I don't know.
the minimum ticket you can get in BC is like $110 for anything, I think.
For like a traffic violation.
Any traffic
Yeah.
violation.
Yeah.
So, but now they've raised it starting June 1st to $543.
You heard that right,
First
folks.
time offense.
$543.
Very cringe-worthy. That is like someone like beeps your phone. You're like, oh, what was that? It's like in the coffee thing. You like flip it over.
And I'm
543.
pretty sure it's even if it's in arm's reach.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know exactly, but if it's like say in the
Police
MR2,
nation!
in the MR2 you've got like a massive just like center thing, and sometimes I'll just place my phone there and it's not really going anywhere or whatever, or in like the shift boot or somewhere in the ashtray. But if it's like there and if they look over and it's like lighting up, or maybe even if you're just like looking over at it, I don't know.
Really?
But they
Looking
could
over at-
maybe try to give you a ticket
I always
for
just
that.
wedge it between like. I always put my phone like just right where the speedometer is. You can just with a lot of cars you can just wedge it
Oh,
after
nice,
the
yeah.
steering wheel.
Yeah.
And I think technically, if you put it on your passenger seat, it has to be screened down.
Really?
Yeah.
This is getting
A lot of-
okay.
that's
Here
a
it goes.
lot
Here it
of
goes.
hypothetical rule.
The laws make sense. A lot of people